Hello everybody, welcome to our very first live stream here at Glow. We are going to be taking a look at Odoo 18.3's new AI features. This is kind of the first time we've looked at them, so we are going to be learning live on stream how things work, how we can use them, ready for when Odoo 19 launches in September. I am joined by our... what is his title now? Our Director of Innovation, but basically the guy we go to when things don't work, Carl Southern. Say hello, Carl.
Hello, nice to meet you all.
And we are joined by one of our leading developers, the person we give all the jobs to that we don't want to do, Gareth Morgan. Say hello, Gareth.
Greetings. Hello, everyone.
And I am Elliot Bristow, Dev Services Manager, I think is my official title at the moment, although... yeah, I don't know if that still applies, but there we go. So yeah, we are going to have a look at.
I think the general thing is we all do whatever we need to do.
Absolutely, yeah. If a job needs doing, any of us will do it.
We'll figure it out. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to have a look at the AI features. You can see in the background I've already got a database set up with some of the features installed, with demo data installed. So let's switch over to here so that you can see the whole thing. In fact, I'm going to zoom in a little bit because that is a little bit hard to see. I think that's probably a bit better. So yeah, this new AI app has been added in version 18.3 and lets you set up AI agents and adds the ability to add AI fields and things like that. Having said that, let me just check that I have installed the relevant modules, because there are extra ones to install. We have AI server actions there, which I haven't installed, which I will put in now. And there is AI fields as well, which I will install because we're going to be using that. This database is running on a dev server. This is not live anywhere for anyone to access, unfortunately. You can access the 18.3 features at demo.odoo.com. Fields. Oh, I installed it already. Okay, fair enough. Are there any other AI things that we need to install?
Web Studio AI fields looks interesting.
Web Studio AI fields.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Web Studio tests. I think AI fields. AI fields. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's activate that then. A couple of the AI features are
scary. AI fields with Studio.
In Studio, yeah. A couple of the AI features are a little bit rough around the edges at the moment, but I'm sure we'll see that as we go through. I don't think there's any more that we need to install. I mean, there's some for knowledge and things like that. I don't think we're going to have a look at those today. No, I think that is everything. So the very basics of AI in the configuration, you obviously have to have your own AI service keys, API keys. So you can either use OpenAI or you can use Google Workspace. I've used Google Workspace for the purposes of demo. I don't know really if there's any difference. Obviously, OpenAI gives you ChatGPT 4 and what's the other one?
1 mini or 4 mini or 3 mini or something, I guess.
It is 3.5 Turbo and GPT-4, and then Gemini is the other option. There is one of those rough around the edges bits. We'll come back to agents a little bit later because there's other things that I think we want to have a look at first before we look at the agents, because the agents are actually the bit that we know the least about. So that'll be the fiddling around bit that we come back to later. The first thing I think we were going to have a look at is AI fields and how we can get the AI to generate information for us, probably from a sales perspective. So actually this is where that AI studio fields thing comes into play. So let's see, let's use Gemini Furniture as an example. So the example that Fabian gave when he did some of his demonstrations, he went into Studio, and then you've got here AI field in Studio, and you can drag and drop a new AI field in. Choose what type it's going to be. So we'll say multi-line text, and then the prompt, I think he used something along the lines of show me the products that this customer purchases the most.
Presumably we've got to put a placeholder in for that, or it's not just going to go and figure it out, right?
Well, this is what I want to find out. So let's try that as a prompt and see what it gives us. If we just add that field, we get the field added. So let's close Studio. To identify the product the customer, you can analyze their right, okay, so that is giving me an explanation of. Okay, so the prompt will need to be more specific. I see. Just clicking that. Does that?
I assume that reruns the AI.
Yeah, it reruns the AI. Okay, fair enough. Learned something. So, how can we make that prompt more specific? Show me the products the customer purchases the most, based on sales orders. Show the results as individual lines, ensuring there are no duplicates. Something like that, maybe. Save and generate.
I think you're going to have to give it data because it's not going to know to go and do something. If you do slash on the input thing, is it giving us like a prompt at all, or like an autocomplete? You know how you can do like slash to do the format
so
and stuff.
Field selector. Okay, so this is what fields it has access to, presumably.
I think it's what's prompt piped into the. So you know, for I think this is your old-fashioned way of doing like an AI prompt, isn't it? So I say old-fashioned, like not a RAG. So you say this is my prompt, this is my data, and then it's just bundled all inside of the prompt with it. I don't know if there's a difference between a system prompt though, because it says system prompt. Actually, it doesn't say system prompt; it just says prompt. Yeah, which is interesting. I guess
let's have a look. So if we do order lines, product.
That's going to be this order, though, isn't it? Not...
Well, that's what I'm thinking. But does it know to use that as a model, or is it only going to look at this order?
I think it's just going to look at this order because it's based on the model you're on. The way I'm grasping this.
Okay, yeah. So that is those 4 products, isn't it?
Yeah. And it is just pulling the ID.
So are we coming at this from the wrong direction? Do we have to do this on the customer rather than on the order itself?
We'd have to do it on the order because you want it displayed here. So you'd have to do partner ID .sale IDs .order IDs order lines. Yeah. I guess. Yeah,
fair enough. So let's change this. So.
It's going to make a horrific
customer it's called, isn't it? Yeah, it is, yeah. Where is it? So, customer. It's going to be sale orders, isn't it? Sale order. Order lines. Product. And let's say name, because it only got the IDs before.
We put display name. Is that in there?
Display name should be here. Yeah, display name. There we go. So
that's only going to give. I suppose what we're going to pass in there is like a list of the products, just raw but no quantities. So it's not going to know the amount we've ordered, if that makes sense. What's the display name on a product on a sale order line? Does it include like the quantity and stuff? Because I have no memory at all. I've completely.
The display name on a sale order line. I don't. Does a sale order line have a display name?
That's what I'm wondering. We should have a look on our install.
So has this gone back to the sale order? Am I looking at here? Yeah, so if I do this again, so customer, is it clever enough to link the records together if I give it access to two separate, like separate vectors?
I bet you it's just putting them as two lists next to each other.
Maybe. So let's find out. So where's order lines? What am I looking for? Product? No. Quantity, isn't it? Quantity. There we go. So it's got access to the product display name from the sale order line, and it's got access to the quantity from the sale order line. Let's see what that gives us.
I'll have to see what this prompt looks like under the hood in a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So it's given us corner desk, right sit, acoustic block screens, cabinet with doors, office chair black. So it's given us a lot.
I mean, we didn't say top X, to be fair.
No, this is, yeah. So we can limit that down to the top 5, say.
It'd be cool. Maybe if we say show the quantities, so we can go and verify that and make a sales order with like 100 products on it and see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. So show the results as one line per product, including the quantity purchased.
Oops. Total quantity. So we've got to be specific.
The total quantity purchased for that product across all orders. Sort by highest quantity first. Limit results to 5 lines.
See, my problem here, I know I'm backseat programming here and this is awful.
Yeah.
But like, I'm looking at this prompt, I'm looking at what we're doing, and I'm just thinking we could save so much time, electricity, and money by just doing this as a mapped filter order.
Just doing it as a filter, yeah.
I know that's not the point, and I get that, but it's hard.
So if I regenerate that now. Okay, acoustic block screens wood 56, office chair black 30, corner desk right sit 10, office lamp 10, drawer 5. I guess the next thing to do is see if that's right.
How about we just make a product, sell 1 billion of them, and
yeah, can do. But we'll sell it on multiple sales orders. So if we say test AI product, it's goods, it's not tracked. Don't really need anything in there, do we? Just hit save on that.
That'll do.
And then we'll make a... This is Gemini furniture, isn't it? Gemini furniture. Interesting that it hasn't generated that to start with, but you could probably click that to show it. But test AI product.
I guess that's the difference between... Yeah, it'd be interesting to know how this works with a programmed AI field versus a studio one. I'm assuming, but you can program them.
Okay, there's 100 on that order, so we'll confirm that order. Interesting, it has now generated that, not including that.
Let's try again. Hit the button.
That changed. And it hasn't got this on it. Okay, yeah. Interesting. So, well, let's add another order for test AI product for another 62. I don't know. Confirm. got test AI product as 101 now. Oh no, I did. Sorry, I only did one. That was right.
Oh
that
no,
is right.
no, you did one. You did one. I prematurely laughed because I had a prejudice that AIs can't add up. Apologies.
Yeah. However, they are not in quantity order, are they?
No. I think this is my problem with having them as two separate things. I bet you all it's doing is sending a list of the display names and a list of quantities.
Probably.
So
I mean, it is right. It has matched the quantity to the product correctly.
Yeah, but is that luck?
I mean, it could be. Yeah.
If you could output like almost like a CSV style, you know how you can put how I prompt AIs is to say this is my prompt of the bit up here, and I put like XML type tags or like dashes or separators or something and saying this is my data. You could do it as CSV style in there. That would probably fix it, but I don't know how you do that.
Ace editor?
It's the code editor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe if we go, so this has got to be defined into a field, right? So if we go into the technical menu in settings and look at the IR model field, maybe we can see the prompt in there and see what it popped in there. That might be useful, perhaps.
Let's go into debug mode and have a look, see what we get. So, fields. Is it going to be one of the last ones? No, because they're in alphabetical order. Okay. What did I call it? I don't think I did I? I don't think I gave it a name. It's just AI field.
It's got to have it. Maybe group by time if you can't find it. Maybe.
Is this it?
No, that's on the model fields. So this is the one we're looking at. This is the marker on the fields. Model.
Did I call it? I didn't give it a name, did I? Oh, new AI multi-line text. Here we go. That's what I called it.
4-second delay on seeing what you're doing versus hearing you screwing with my program. There it is. Cool.
Okay, so it's a studio customization, stored, copied, and then compute. So it's not got a compute stored against it. It has got an AI tab, and here is the details of the AI tab. Field type text. Could do it as an HTML field. But
I'm just wondering, what's the type on the AI prompt field? What's it? Is it like a custom?
This here.
Yeah.
This is an HTML field with an AI prompt widget.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's like hiding the AI, whatever. So you see how it's displaying like the model with the right bracket, right?
Yeah.
Chevron, whatever you want to call it. That can't be how it's storing it, because that would be an absolute nightmare to pass out, surely. It's got to be...
it's not letting me click it, so that is... Yeah, there's something behind the scenes there.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, because if there's like, you know how they do like in thingy formatting, how they used to do it, or you can have like, on mail template, you could have percent signs or curly brackets like Ginger style.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's literally a thing behind the scenes we can't see, where it's just doing like customer order lines product dot mapped display name. If you see what I'm getting at, and I'm wondering if we could change that to a mapped with a lambda on it, because then you could have it all in one chunk right next to each other.
Yeah.
But then we're stepping out the bounds of what the studio thing lets us do, really. There.
Yeah.
I suppose. No, Fabian did it. How did Fabian do it?
How did Fabian do it? Yeah. Someone find the video. So if I... Dynamic placeholder. Okay, no, it's not what we want. So... Yeah, I can click in here and change this. What if I... Oh, there's a nice design bug. I can't cancel that now. Can I just delete that? Oh, interesting. Okay. Right, there we go. So I have to give it field selection again. So no, customer.
Ah, interesting.
Listening.
Share with the class.
He added them ever so slightly differently than what we did.
Right.
So we did them as 2 placeholders, which I'm sure is actually quite important because I bet you it's doing something underneath the hood. But when you add a placeholder, you can add more than one thing at once. So
Right.
It's almost like a tag, if that makes sense. So if you add the product, like we had before, so the customer order lines, blah 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 blah.
Product,
then when you add the name, you can also go back a level and click quantity. It sort of handles them.
Oh, so I can do display name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then go back one.
Yeah.
And do quantity.
Yeah,
I think ultimately it did do that because I think it had the 2 here. I may have done it differently though.
You did have them both in there, but they weren't in the same prompts. I'm wondering if it does do some clever wiring together based on how we selected stuff, if that makes sense. Because it could potentially know that they're both the same now, if that makes sense. God, I'm waffling. I'd be curious to know if it does something different this time, just purely on that change.
Okay, so let's save that. Close. And now I don't have an AI button.
We changed it to a text field by accident.
Did I break it? AI.
We were fiddling with the widget, weren't we?
text. Oh, I changed that, didn't I? Oh, AI text. Right, okay, so it needs to be
That's
AI text. Okay, so close that. Recalculate. See, it's right, but it's still got the quantity wrong. Sorry, it's got them in the wrong order.
I mean, that could be a prompt for all we know.
I mean, I said... sort by highest quantity first.
I'm reasonably confident that this is about how the structure of the data and how it's going over there.
Probably, yeah.
Which is, and if you look based on what Fabian, I apologise, I can never remember how to pronounce his name, did it, he very specifically didn't have any ordering on it.
Right.
So, based on that, I can kind of understand why.
What it's actually doing behind the scenes, kind of thing.
Yeah, again, this might be one of those things where if you need specific stuff, it's about the structure you're sending, and they've had to make it as simple as possible. Right, the GUI, this is the best they could do. Like, I get that. Yeah, he's not ordering it, but his prompts also. Maybe we just fiddle the prompts slightly. Gareth, you're a prompt wizard.
No, not really. That's my contribution.
Show me the products that this customer purchases the most. Based on sales orders. Show the results as one line per product, including the total quantity purchased for that product across all orders, ensuring there are no duplicated products. Sort the lines by highest total quantity first. Limit results to 5 lines.
I mean, this might be a classic case of get an AI to write a prompt for us.
Well, yeah. Oh, it's got it right that time.
Oh.
Interesting. So it doesn't
based.
like bad grammar, which makes sense, I suppose.
Okay, so how about we sell more of our test AI products or something, or to something else? Just see if it now. Maybe we sell one of the other ones more, like the Fern or the Ecom 11 or something. Just curious if it's fluke.
Yeah, okay, so we do another order to Gemini Furniture. let's sell something else in a large quantity. A 4-person desk. We'll sell 60 of them, I guess. Plus, so some chairs. Office chair. 100 office chairs to go around there. 64-person desks. Because maths. No, 125. There we go. So there's different numbers. So if I confirm that, does it recalculate the AI straight away? 132 office chairs, 66 acoustic block screens, 30 office black chairs, 5 drawers, 15 cabinets with drawers, but no no test AI product.
Yeah. I bet you this is my own curiosity as well. Can we go back to the previous sales order we were playing with? Because I'm assuming it's not touched that previous value either, because it's a, calculate.
Yeah, it hasn't
model, right?
hasn't updated it.
Okay, so putting this to one side for a second, because I'm mindful that we're already half an hour through and we're playing with the same thing, and actually this is probably a little bit of a dead end because it's interesting to see. I think we knew that it wasn't going to touch the other models because it's on a per record basis, isn't it? So doing something like this on a sales order is probably a bit of a fallacy, but you could make it in a much better way locally anyway with proper code without having to reach out to an LLM.
Possibly.
Let's not say you can get an LLM to generate the Python code to do this quickly for you. I mean, definitely could. So maybe we should switch tactic to let's try and summarize a help desk ticket or one of the other things we wanted to try. Perhaps.
Yeah. So we were going to look at help desk tickets and getting the AI to help us with tickets and things. So for example, the idea that we had was looking at solve tickets and working out how we fixed it. But these ones aren't going to. Okay. So we need to fabricate something, don't we? So.
Is there anything in kitchen collapsing? Is there any chatter in any of those? I can never remember.
Kitchen collapsing? No, there's not.
Okay, that's bad prep on our side. Let's just generate some stuff, I guess. Are
there ever any of these got any in? Hang on. No, that's from us to them. Okay. From us to them. From us to them. Okay, nothing here. Mind you, I suppose you got their information. What's the best kitchen cabinet varnish for your home? Interesting. What else have we got here? What kind of warranties you're offering for your products? These aren't help desk. This is customer care. Hold on. There must be. Let's have a look at some of these. There we go. Delivered wood panel is not what I ordered. Could you please replace it with the right product? It's pre-solved. The demo data is not great on these databases, is it?
How about we just make a quick ticket? Let's just do classic IDT support. My PC isn't working.
And
then put in a couple of notes going, have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah.
Is it plugged in? And then follow up with a third note.
This is going to be Azure Interiors. There we go. I tried to turn on my PC and it didn't work. Screen is black. Okay.
And maybe so 2 or 3 notes of just like basic troubleshooting, and then maybe a note where we say we called the customer, and then it was this.
We will look at this for you shortly. And then log a note. Spoke to the customer, asked them to reboot the machine. Screen still black after reboot. Thanks, Azure. Could you please check the cables attached to the monitor to see if it has come disconnected? And then customer advised cable was detached. After reattaching the cable, oof, nice bit of typing there. The monitor came alive and the PC appears to be working correctly. Okay, so we have a ticket. Now, there's a few ways you could handle this. You've got Ask AI up here. Let's see what that says actually. So let's ask AI. I haven't set up an agent or anything for it. So summarize this ticket and provide a one-line summary of how the issue was ultimately fixed. See if it can do it. Their ticket involves a customer reporting that their PC was not turning on with a black screen. After troubleshooting, it was discovered that the cable was detached from the monitor, and once reattached, the PC started working correctly. Key messages. I don't need a summary of the key messages.
I mean, that's quite nice, but I guess that's just a live chat. And that's, you know, if you wanted to do reporting on this, not live chat's the wrong word, but if you wanted to say, I'm looking at this record and I need some help with it, or, you know, what would you suggest based on this? You could see this being helpful for the IT support team, if that makes sense, which I kind of get. But from a quick glance of what did we do, you wouldn't want to be typing this in every time. But it's interesting to see this work, though, straight off the bat. Yeah,
considering I haven't created an agent for it, this is just asking Gemini directly, I guess.
Yeah, probably piping through. You know, you get like the JSON dump of the record now by going to /JSON or whatever it is. I bet you it's sending that, right? That would be the sensible thing to do.
Yeah, probably. I'd be interested to see if that is what it's actually doing in the code. What is it actually sending to Gemini in this case?
Yeah, on that subject, well, that's something we probably have to mention. As much as we would love to live stream us spelunking through the code, this is obviously in Odoo Enterprise, and I don't think Odoo SA are going to be very happy if we did that. So, yeah, if you are interested and you are a customer or would like to be a customer, you know, that's something we can do in private with you at some point, but that's not something we can do on live stream.
Yes, revealing the actual underlying code on live stream is a big no-no as far as being an Odoo partner is concerned.
The enterprise bits.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. So it's good that you can take this and it says send message log note. So I can just hit log note and it has logged that answer, or it's added that answer as a note. And I could just delete out the key messages stuff. But obviously, if I had a better prompt.
It's quite cool, actually.
Can you actually do it like this as well? Because isn't there no,
There's an AI button in send message, isn't there?
There is. Is it in?
It's in the big composer, isn't it?
In the composer. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So if I did that as log note with the composer, yeah, I could do that. I wonder, can you do? You could set up commands that would work within that chat, couldn't you? You know, predefined like questions, or predefined prompt.
I bet you they will add that at some point based on this live stream if they haven't already.
Odoo, add it.
Add it.
Um,
Actually, no, don't add it. Wait until we've made that app and put it on the App Store.
Oh yeah, we'll add it. Don't worry, we'll do it. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean that's a chat assistant working, helping. Could you do that as a field?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You could do that as a field, couldn't you? So if that was in, say, I suppose you could put it on after the description, couldn't you? So once a ticket is marked solved, summarise the ticket.
Yeah, that's pretty much what. So for context, that's exactly. So Dave, our IT support director, that's exactly what he wants for reporting reasons. Ideally, it wouldn't just be free text or anything like that, but it would be a bit more detailed. It's there to help the team. So say, for example, you previously looked at, a customer goes, oh, this problem's reoccurred. Can you just fix it like you did before? And there's like a ticket with billions of notes in it. You're not going to want to read it, but equally the team won't be logging a note at the end going, this is what we did as a summary to fix it. You can argue they probably should, but realistically, the team don't most of the time. So it's just about automating that process.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exactly what we want. I just need to pass through all of the messages, right? Messages,
description, status. If I do messages, description, and status, that should be all the information it needs to.
Do you need status?
I was thinking because you can say when it hits this status, when this ticket is solved, then give me a summary of how we fixed it, or something like that. Let's see what it does.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually, isn't it?
Because you might still be. Oh, why is my cursor? Why can't I? Broke it.
I guess you have to delete that out because you can't. You're supposed to put the prompt in first, don't it?
Evidently, right? Okay, discard. Let's try that again. Right. So So once this ticket has been solved, provide a brief summary of how the ticket was ultimately resolved. Do not provide any additional do not provide any how do you describe that? Like the extra guff that it adds onto the end of the thing.
Keep it brief and concise is what I normally use a prompt if I'm
concise summary. Yeah. Well, let's leave that bit off for the moment then.
I was just thinking for the status, what we probably do, because this is just an AI field, isn't it? What we'd probably do is pair this with an automation. So when this ticket hits this state, do this thing, so we can probably just skip that.
Possibly. Let's see what it does anyway, because I'm curious. Right, so we give it access to the description. We give it access to the messages, and we give it access to the status. Status. Right, add the field. Now I'm curious to see. Let's just call it new AI text. So this is ultimate solution. The ultimate solution.
No. That's too close to a different thing. You can't say that. No.
I think I've confused it now. Oh, there we go. Renaming the label. Right, hold on. Right, close that. Does it do anything to start us off? This issue was resolved by. Oh, it's tiny and I can't see it. Okay.
It's because of where we put it, isn't it?
Yeah. Can I?
If we just put it above in the somewhere above, that's probably easier, isn't it?
You don't have. don't have the styling option or anything there, do you?
No, it's 'cause it's inside a group, inside of a tab.
I can't drag it.
Oh. I mean, we could hack the.
It's because the labels aren't shown. We have to hack the view, won't we?
Yeah, just go hack the view. It's not hack the view. Just go move it in the view by hand. It's easier.
Yeah. Form sheet 1, notebook 1. Right, not in the notebook. Let's do it after field name equals. What is that called? Is it tag IDs?
Yeah? Question mark.
Hasn't complained.
Yeah. Would it?
It's not there though. It is called tag IDs. F5. No. Something went wrong.
Could be there's 2 tag IDs. I mean, we could always, if we... Yeah, it could be broken.
Oh, it's because I didn't do a double slash to research. Okay, yeah, I have broken it, so...
That's easily fixable.
Yeah.
I suppose there's a good splunk.
Why didn't it query that?
Who do things? Good. While Elliott's fixing, that's a good example of, you can easily break Odoo using Studio, and why you should probably be very careful using Studio. And while Studio is a fantastic and great tool, if you do add lots and lots of stuff through Studio, upgrading your install can be fun, shall we say?
Fun, yes. Okay, so it's still only giving us a single line. I could have sworn I told it to give us a multi-line.
I mean, that could be the widget it's using there, I guess.
AI char, AI text. Close. There we go. Issue was resolved by checking the power connection and performing a hard reset, which restored functionality to the PC. True.
I would argue with the hard reset, but I mean, that's interpretation, isn't it? So
yeah, so a hard reset didn't fix it. It's not wrong. It was solved with a hard reset and checking the power connections. Although I didn't say power connections. I just said cable. So it's not quite smart enough.
I mean, to be fair, there's not enough information on that note, so it's either the monitor cable was unplugged or the power cable was unplugged and the application from the PC not working. It'd be interesting to know if we add a new note and saying, actually, it was really the monitor cable, maybe, or the HDMI cable. Is it going to be clever enough to...
So for clarification, the disconnected cable was the display cable. Let's see what that does. So if I regenerate that now, it's done nothing. Didn't change.
Even if we push the button. Sorry, I was reading chat.
I've pushed the button. It hasn't changed. Okay. I wonder if this might be a LLM model thing, where the Gemini can't handle it, but GPT might.
Could be.
I haven't set up a GPT API key for this test. But that might be an interesting test to see if switching over to a different model gives a different result and whether it's better or worse. I suppose that's another experiment that we have to do at another time. Comparing AIs in Odoo. Yeah. Very niche, specific. Okay. Yeah, you mentioned automations, which you can do that with AI now as well, can't you? So what if we change that field and... In fact, let's just ditch that field completely. Let's add a standard multi-line text box and call it solution. Oops, solution found. Oof, I really can't type today. Solution found. And we'll say it will be conditionally invisible. Record doesn't exist. What happened there? Come on.
There's some interesting formatting going on this unit bit on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
I don't remember all the extra squares where they could just be eating through. I don't know.
Record doesn't exist. Oh, stupid thing. Right. I think it's because I deleted the view and then tried to... Right. Delete that view. Try again. Right. Multi-line text in there. Let's call it solution. We'll say it's invisible. No. Not actually invisible now. Where's the thing to show invisible elements? Right. Right. Conditional. Where status is not equal to... What? Why am I looking at a sales order? This is not a sales order. Conditional.
You're a sales order field on there. Because they're linking a record.
Sale order state is the state. Kanban state. There we go. Goodness me. Right. No, that's Kanban. That's a different field. Okay. Oh,
Are we looking for
stage.
the stage?
Stage. Yeah. Is not equal to solved. So it's invisible if it's not solved. Confirm. Right. Then, let's close that. Okay, so it's not there. Then we go and set up an automation for it. So we do automation rules. Update help desk ticket solution on help desk ticket. So before apply on, no, the domain is going to be all records where the stage is equal to solved, and we say add an action, update record, update solution, and then we change this to update with AI. What is this? Select a field. Right, so that'll be solution. Okay, so we need to give it a prompt,
We've got
which
two
will
solution
be...
fields there. We've got ultimate solution and solution. Are we using the right one?
I am using the right one, yeah. I didn't... ultimate solution is the one I removed. So...
Just double checking.
What will our prompt be? So, provide a summary. No, provide a one... No, not one line, because that might not be enough. So, provide a brief and concise summary of how this help desk ticket was ultimately solved. Do we want to be any more specific? If multiple methods were tried, only show the methods that worked or led to the ultimate solution. And then the fields we give it access to are messages and the description. Is that enough? I think that's enough, isn't it?
Sorry, I've been responding to chat questions.
Right, that's fine. Yep.
I guess the only thing we should do is before domain is not equal to solved. So you only care about it when it goes into solved, perhaps. But
yeah, true.
That's just an implementation detail. We don't need to do that for now.
Well, I can do it. Let's, so he's not in solved.
I'm just being anal of like, if you were going to do it properly, you don't want it to.
Yep. So, and the trigger should be, I didn't set up a trigger, that's why. So on create and edit. Oh, and that's lost the domains. Typical. Right.
This is going to be one of those fun things, isn't it? It's in solved, right? You post a note in it, but it doesn't pop out as solved. And now the user has put extra detail in. We're back to that whole kind of like weird trigger between chatter and not chatter and the underlying model. And I mean that's not something we can really solve with this. It's just
no.
Is that good enough?
It's going from not solved to solved. And then it updates the solution. Let's see if it works. Let's see what it does. So help desk. It was in VIP support, wasn't it? And my PC isn't working. There we go. So it goes to in progress, and it goes to solved. Help desk ticket was resolved by first checking the power connections and ensuring the monitor was properly connected. After confirming the connections, the technician performed a hard reset and... No, that's not correct. That's the wrong way round. It's got the messages from top to bottom.
Is it going from top to bottom? I'm guessing the creation date plays a part.
Yeah. So do we have to give it... We gave it just access to the messages, didn't we? So do we have to specify? Where am I looking? Automation rules. Make sure you are reading the messages from oldest first to be sure you find the correct solution. Try something like that. It's in solved now, isn't it? So let's go back to in progress. Back to solved. Does it regenerate? It does. Right. Help desk ticket was resolved by first checking the power connections and ensuring the monitor was properly connected. After confirming the connections, the technician performed... No, it still got it wrong. Interesting. Again, I wonder if that's a Gemini thing. That could be a Gemini thing, in which case GPT might handle it differently.
I've been muted for flipping ages. Wondering why you weren't listening to me, damn it. Basically what I was getting at is this is prompt engineering at this point, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, very much. So, like, in principle, it works. It's the inscrutable thing of we've given an LLM a prompt, and it's not quite doing what we expect. And it's about, I can go
Welcome
generate
to the world of AI.
Yeah, exactly. I can go generate you guys some AI keys right now, if you want.
For GPT-4 or something like that. Yeah. For open AI keys, yeah.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay.
While you do that, I'm going to have a quick poke at the agent that they set up by default. So they've set up an Odoo compliance assistant agent as part of their demo data. Get help regarding any legal issue related to our software. And if you look at the configuration of that, they've given it the Odoo Enterprise Agreement and then a link to Odoo Privacy GDPR and the IAP Privacy. Interesting. Okay, let's test it. Here's a question for you. If I am live streaming Odoo content on YouTube, am I allowed to show people the enterprise code while experimenting? No API key set for OpenAI. I didn't choose OpenAI. I chose Gemini.
No comment. You sure?
It's on the screen in front of me. Interesting. I don't really know what that button does. It throws an error in the logs, apparently. I've got the logs on my other screen. No API key set for provider. So even though it gives you the option of GPT-4 and Gemini, this is only looking at OpenAI. Don't know if that's a bug or...
Just so you know, before I hit the enter button, it's coming in through our chat.
Okay, yeah, that won't come up on screen.
Cool. I have pasted it here, if you want to give that a go.
Okay, let me switch to a privacy screen for a second. There we go. And I will post that in. OpenAI.
We were ambitious with a 4-second delay. Good God.
Is it longer than that?
Yeah, definitely longer than that. That explains a few things.
Okay. Maybe I should have got... There is an ultra low latency mode.
No, it's good enough.
Right, I have put the API key in. Let me go back to where I was and then take us out of privacy mode before I forget.
At no point do we want to stream for the next 20 minutes in privacy mode.
No, indeed. And I have seen people do that.
Yeah, I'm sure we've all done it.
Okay, so yeah, something went wrong. Yeah, fine. So let's ask the same question. So if I go like that and like that, I can see a request going through the logs. I can see generate response. It didn't generate a response. I wonder if that's because I've got Gemini selected here. So let's switch that to GPT-4 now. And try again. It doesn't seem to be responding. Interesting. Ah, it has responded. Right. Based on the Odoo Enterprise Agreement, the customer is given a non-exclusive, non-transferable license to use, execute, modify, execute after modification the Odoo Enterprise Edition software. However, the agreement does not explicitly mention the right to publicly display or share the enterprise code. Therefore, it is recommended to seek explicit permission from Odoo SA before live streaming the enterprise code on YouTube or any other platform. References Odoo Enterprise Agreement. Okay. That's a safe answer. And it's not wrong. So let's see. If we now go back to AI Composer prompts, what's that? Ooh. Is this the templates that we were mentioning? Oh, stupid thing. I think this might be Mail Note Composer. Your job is to help with drafting messages. Record agent. Your job is to help with drafting the description of an Odoo record. Your job is to assist the user with chatter correspondence.
These are the system prompts, aren't they? So
they are.
This is the prompt that goes before the prompt that we put in the AI field.
Yeah.
I would suggest, which is
interesting.
I mean,
Okay.
that's actually quite useful to know they're there, because that does mean we can do things with them.
Yeah, you could play around with them or make your own ones, perhaps,
You might definitely do.
in code.
I guess there's something somewhere hidden which tells it to use it for. I mean, record HTML fields. I wonder if it's just picking that.
Out of interest, if we now go back to the help desk and tell it to regenerate that ticket now. So,
how does it know which one to use?
well, this is what I'm thinking. Yeah. So if that goes back to in progress, field disappears. Go back to solved. Does it regenerate?
It'd be on the automation though, wouldn't it? Because we didn't leave this as a field. We left it as a. So I'm guessing it was only picking the one.
True. Does it give us the option to specify in automation rules? No. Interesting.
Wonder if. Yeah.
So, if, what about if I disable the? No, it's the wrong place, isn't it? If I disable the Google one, oh, it comes back. Once AI, always AI, hey? Nice. Okay, let's delete the key out and untick it. Okay, there we go. Means I've got to go and find that key again if I want to use it again. Okay, so my PC isn't working. Back to in progress, and now if we put it back to solved and it regenerates, what does it do? Help desk was resolved by first checking the power connections and ensuring. No, it wasn't. Okay, so we'd have to look in the code as to where that is coming from.
Yeah.
IAP. I'm just looking through the logs going past, and I can see IAP JSON RPC api.odoo.com/olg/1/chat. So a request went to Odoo.
Really hope that is not sending your key through Odoo SA service. Really hope that's not the case. I wonder.
We can look into that.
Yeah, I think we should, because that's really quite a big thing if that's what's actually happening. I wonder if it's more a case of the GUI has options for putting keys in, but it's only ever using Odoo's one right now.
Maybe. Although no, because it doesn't work if you don't put a key in. I wonder if it verifies your key and then sends the request through Odoo.
As in Odoo, I say. Are we talking through the IAP service?
Possibly.
Yeah, that would be a concern, because they're piping through all that stuff. You know, and they get had. Not suggesting they would, but they could. Everyone can.
Interesting.
Just to be clear, we're guessing that it's going through Odoo SA's system right now.
Yeah.
We're not saying it is. We're saying it may do. You know, we're just interpreting logs and stuff. And again, this is one of those things where, as Edwin, who is watching right now, surely knows, we would love to spelunk through the code right now live and go figure it out, but that's not something we should do on stream. But it is gonna be something I will look at personally, because it would be useful.
I'm gonna hit this and watch the log go by. So mail message post, it then did tools, IAP tools, IAP JSON RPC, odoo.com. Yeah, it went through OLG API odoo.com/chat.
Does that mean it's sending? It could be another one going through somewhere.
chat responded in 3.8 seconds. Generate composer, AI agent search read, AI agent generate response, fetch the channel, mark as read. So it is definitely sending something through Odoo's IAP server.
Yeah, I found the relevant code. It goes through. So in the AI module, there is a class that has two base URLs pointing to the place where I would expect them to.
Right.
And it is going through to the endpoint with a request on it. So I'm not quite sure why the IAP is in the log right now. Assuming it is using this thing that I found. I mean, it could be that, you know, this is not complete. And it is as a fudge or something. I'm spelunking through code I've never seen before. So
yeah, interesting though. Deserves more investigation. I don't see anything in the log going to say OpenAI, but it might just be that it's not logged.
I mean, it's probably about logging level, isn't it? So it's going through underscore. It's going through requests. So, you know, typical Python library for doing that sort of thing. So that if we raise the log level appropriately, we could definitely get it out.
Probably.
It's doing. To me, assuming it's doing this, it's saying if self.provider is set to OpenAI, go through OpenAI, get the OpenAI key, go to the base URL. The base URL set based on what it's told. So I don't think it should be going through IAP. So it might just be a red herring. We're looking at, like, maybe it's reporting back. This user is using the IAP, is using AI stuff for.
Yeah, it's calling home to check that you've got an enterprise license or something.
Or maybe just, well, I mean, you won't have the code of that enterprise, but maybe it's just a case of these number of people are doing AI, you know, perhaps.
Mind you, it responded, though. It responded, and then...
Could be they're doing extra formatting in here somewhere else I haven't seen yet. Interestingly, there are system prompts in here that are not in the GUI that we saw just now.
Right.
For things like for the AI agents, there's a bunch of system ones in here. There's temperature maps which tweak different things, so that corresponds to the types you got in there. And then there's a bunch of. I realise this is really not boring content, well, not interesting content right now, so I should probably stop. Ooh. Interesting. They're using PG Vector.
Oh, really?
Or RAG for AI agents. So when you install the AI module, there's a create extension if not exists vector, which corresponds to PG Vector, which is a vectorization extension for similarity searches and stuff built into Postgres. So yeah, it looks like if you want the RAG stuff to work, we're going to have Postgres deployed with PG Vector, which fortunately for us we can do, and we can do quite easily because of how we host stuff. But for other people hosting on-prem, that might be a challenge. And then it adds an extra column and stuff. So it's interesting that they're focusing on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd love to show the agent stuff, Edwin, but we couldn't make it work. Earlier on, it'd be broken, but we don't know if that's because we've been thick or not. How long we got left at it?
Where are we? 3:15 my time. We started. When did we start? 2 o'clock. So we've been going an hour and a quarter.
So we've got about another
half hour, 3/4 of an hour, maybe.
Hour. Yeah, okay. Maybe we can give it a broken.
Yeah. That is anytime you close a chat that's got an AI in it, there's a bug in the code that isn't giving it which channel ID to close for some reason. So that is an Odoo core bug.
I mean, mean, to be fair, it is an unreleased version of Odoo. It's not even available at the moment, technically.
It is released. They just haven't done the upgrade scripts for it yet.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can create our own. Let's see if we can create our own agent. So, what would we want? Like a product expert type agent, I guess. Help us find the right product to offer our customers. Let's do it on GPT-4. We'll do it on... I don't really know the difference between analytical, balanced and creative as far as... So I guess we put it on balanced and...
So it's to do with the temperature that it's sending to the various AIs. So how to explain temperature? It's how maverick the response is, isn't it? So the higher the temperature, the more of a maverick like you'll get back, if that makes sense. And if it's lower, you get a more reasonable response, less creative. So.
Okay, we'll leave it balanced for now then. So I'm assuming we can't put fields or anything in here. So this is just a description of what the agent is. So you are a
system prompts
expert.
the one that's not editable, isn't it? It's the rule that governs the rule of the prompt that comes through, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So you are a product expert. You know everything about our products. You know everything about our products and will offer advice on what product a customer wants based on their needs and purchase history, I guess.
I was just about to go get the prompt that one of our previous employees used for this.
All right.
If I can find it.
What are topics? Topic includes instructions and tools that guide Odoo AI in helping the user complete their tasks. I don't really know what a topic would be.
I think that's vectorizations. I think that's your rags by the look of it. Right. Oh, so, no. How do you explain tools to someone who doesn't know what a tool is?
What, like me?
No. I know. So a tool in ChatGPT land or OpenAI land or most LLMs is an instruction or a way of running a script or running a third-party tool or making an API call to something else. That's a wildly generic statement, but it's a way for the OpenAI to call something to go and get something else, if that makes sense. So perform an action on something. So a tool in some cases could be go and search for some records, or it could be go and delete a record, or it could be go and update a record, or it could be go do something. So a canonical example, if you've ever used, there's lots of tools out there, but there's a really fantastic tool called GPT script, and you can write your tools in little YAML files, and you can say, sort of like, if you ask the LLM using GPT script, what's the weather, you can make a tool where it can go and get to the weather for a particular location, and it knows to go and make an API call to something else, and it's like a marker to the LLM to go and do something, in effect.
So we could perhaps give it a pointer to the product database, or
or this is how you search for products based on some criteria. That would be a really good example.
So this is provide product information, instructions, explain to the agent what they need to do.
Yeah, how to call this tool or what they need. Yeah, I believe that's what that says.
search through product details. To find matching attributes, descriptions.
Wait, what? There's a many-to-one on a server action on an AI tools. Oh god.
On a server action?
Yes, the AI tool you ultimately give it in a minute. So there's a drop down for AI tools. You're gonna have to make another model off the back of this one.
Yeah.
And that AI tool is like a string in effect with a bunch of inputs. And then ultimately when it runs it just runs another server action. And it sends the content to the LLM with response back from the server action. Sorry.
I can't create an AI tool from here.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I can see why this is probably a bit on the fiddly side, I would imagine, looking at this. And maybe this is one we need to skip.
That topic. I see. Oh, topics are up here. Okay. So, is there some thing for AI tools in technical, or?
I suspect this is not one that you're supposed to fiddle with. Yet.
Yet. It's important though, because you've got to be able to give it the tools it needs.
I'd almost say this is not finished. So, interestingly, there's an AI calendar glue module, and that does create a AI tool.
Does it?
Yeah. So it teaches the LLM how to create a calendar event, and the inputs are
AI calendar. I see.
Yeah, I can see why you're not allowed to make these by hand, because you basically have to make what looks like an open API spec for how to call the tool. So you've got what it is, what the properties are for the inputs, and then what formats, and if they're required, and the description of what it is. So yeah, this is very much not user editable at this point. And then it calls a thing called calendar action create calendar event, and the prompt is the event is being scheduled at event time. Yeah, but the AI calendar does come with a built-in one for creating calendar events.
Okay. But we can't access that anywhere to see what that is or how it's configured or anything like that.
No, but there will be an agent you can talk to now, I think, looking at this. As part of the demo, where you can say, go make me an event, I think. Odoo compliance assistance has been given create calendar events. Add a meeting with Deco Addict to my calendar on Friday on Monday at 2 p.m. I've scheduled a meeting with Deco Addict on Monday, May 26th, 2025 at 2 p.m. Please invite Deco Addict manually to the meeting. Okay. So now if we go and have a look at the calendar. I mean, that's the right response, which is cool.
Meeting with Deco Addict at 2 o'clock.
See that?
And it has added the Deco Addict contact. Okay, yeah. That is handy. So I suppose next step is going to be, how do we write those tools? And that's going to be our challenge. But I suppose that's where the development comes in. That's where the development of the partners comes in, writing the tools that the AIs need to provide the information that the customers are looking for.
Yeah, this one's an interesting one. I'd be tempted to go look at the server action it's referenced.
Server actions reference. Oh, get out of the way, but toolbar. There we go.
Yeah, if you go into the technical menu and then server actions.
Yeah. Embedded actions. That's new. What are they?
No idea. Let's go spelunking. Side quest.
Parent action user.
Is that new?
Is it just a parent-child action?
Let's not go too far on that because that seems like a distraction.
AI embedding, generate embeddings. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Let's not go too far down that rabbit hole, but interesting to see that that's something new.
The clue's in the name, isn't it? It's going to be how to embed the content. It's how to generate the PG vector stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Probably. So yeah, go look. Server action, AI embedding, generate embeddings. This is in the server actions now. So cron generate embedding. Okay.
Yeah, I bet you go through all the embeddings. So it's an odd name for embedding actions. I guess it's more like things to go make, I suppose. Anyway,
possibly.
The one we're looking for is apparently create calendar event. I don't actually know.
Create a calendar event. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a function, create calendar event.
Does it pass through the parameters
then? What's the model? Calendar event?
Yeah. Oh, there's a create calendar. Oh, it comes through context.
Okay. Obviously. So in the code they send context through here.
Yep.
Right.
So again, for those who are just joining us or those who are unclear about how I am seeing things that Elliot is not showing, I'm looking through the Odoo Enterprise source code right now off stream because I'm not allowed to show it. However, it's a useful tool as a partner to be able to go through and see what it's doing because that allows us to actually debug the thing and actually get a good idea. That's mostly because, that's what our job is, that's what we're supposed to do. So you guys as customers don't have to do that. Yeah, it's interesting how it's working under the hood. I can see this being very, very easy to do, like a very basic thing of I want to do this thing, and then customers being empowered to do something and then getting out of their depth really, really fast. And I'm not sure if that's a case of Odoo have made this hard to do, if this is the first version, or they're just not expecting customers to do this thing. I suspect it's probably the latter.
I think they're probably not expecting people to make their own applications of it. They'll provide maybe instructions on. I mean, clearly you don't need an agent set up to use the AI functions. You can do the AI fields without that. You can have AI in your chatter without having an agent in there as such, because it's just sending the request to GPT-4 or Gemini. So it's only when you start getting specific that you need that more technical knowledge.
But I think that's my that's where I'm kind of at, if that makes sense. What am I trying to say? My point was something along the lines of, if you want it in a field, in the way it currently is implemented, you want to, a simple prompt is dead easy to use. But I don't think most customers are going to stop there. And I think they'll get frustrated quite quickly because they'll want to do something fancier and then go, well, why is it not easier? And then we're back. It's... I don't know if they've made it too easy for adding fields or if they've actually made it too hard to do the other stuff, but it is the first version. I mean, there's other Odoo modules out there, open source ones. There's a good one in the Odoo Community Association where there's discussion on different people are all doing different things, and we ourselves are also trying to build another module, but got sidetracked by other work, where they're coming up with the same sort of strategies for exposing tools and exposing agents and stuff. I would say the big difference between the one I'm thinking of, which is open source and only available for 16, which is incomplete, it's much more open in terms of how you can get into the configuration.
Yeah.
And are they hiding this because they don't want someone to screw it up?
I mean, you could very easily break stuff with
That's basically
giving AI this power, couldn't you?
Yeah, you imagine giving it a tool where you can give it right access to every single model, and then arbitrarily letting it overwrite any field or unlink any field. I mean, we've already seen problems with that, where you've had customers hook up AIs to things and it hallucinate all sorts of stuff and delete stuff.
Yep. I mean, it's a step in the right direction, isn't it? They're heading in the right direction with it. It feels very early, a little bit beta. I think maybe they've pushed it a bit too quick. Whether it'll be refined, ready for 19, I mean, it will be, of course.
Well, I mean, they could pull it out between now and 19. That's
they
always
could,
an option.
they could ditch it and not launch it in 19, and then and it gives them a year to work on it for 20, I guess. But I think that knowing Fabian, not that I know Fabian, but knowing Fabian, this will get pushed with 19, and then they'll patch it over the course of the next year.
I mean, they've got, what, 6+ months still? 6 months, what? Yeah, 6 months.
May, June, July, August, September, 4 months until September.
4, okay. I keep forgetting the Odoo experience has moved.
Yeah. Well, I think we've gone as far as we're going to go with it today. We do need to kind of deep dive into the code to know exactly how it's going, which we can't do on stream. But I think we've got quite a good idea of what's going on, how it's working, etc., etc. We might have to.
Just wonder if we can easily upgrade your. Just thinking we've got an extra half hour. If we could easily upgrade your Postgres container image to ones with PG vectoring.
In half an hour.
I mean, we have one with PG vector in it, and we do use it for other things. So we could do. I'm not sure if it's worth the effort. Just having a look at the AI knowledge thing, because it would be interesting to see if it could. It's more about drafting articles as opposed to indexing them. I was hoping to find something that will do the RAG. I don't know if there's anything in here that you could
give it access to, like, if you have an agent set up, you could give it access to knowledge.
Yeah, I'm very specifically looking for something that's going to be using the embeddings, and I can't. I'm not saying it doesn't. I just kind of can't see it yet. I can see it generating the embeddings and storing it.
Yeah, so that's drafting knowledge articles for you.
Yeah, not finding based on content that I'm searching for.
Yeah,
I think that looks like it's. If it's here, I can't see it. Put it that way.
If you go back to like the AI fields that we were doing, you could give in the description of the field or the automated action or whatever, you could give it. Oh no, see, it's not. Yeah, the knowledge field's not going to be related to the record specifically, is it?
No. Yeah, the way this AI embedding field is done is interesting.
You could, in knowledge, add an AI field that says identify tickets that this knowledge applies to.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want it computed and stored, and it's going to be very expensive to do it. But if you did it with an embedding, so you do a one-time conversion of the content of the AI knowledge, sorry, not the AI knowledge, the knowledge article, the document, into a series of numbers. In effect, that's what vectorization is, or embedding is. And then you store that, and then you would say from the help desk taking, go find me tickets with similarities. But then you have to deal with, like, if it's a really big knowledge article, you want to chunk that up into different parts. And the way we've done it before is to put like a little field on the same record next to. So if it was knowledge, there'll be a content embedding field, if that makes sense, where we just put the vector in there for now and just tried it that way, because it looks like it's storing them separately. And then I can't see how it's intended to, you're supposed to work with it. So I think it's incomplete.
Yeah, certainly the agents side of things feels incomplete. And I mean, the fact that when you close the chat there's an error message, you know, proves that it's not been very well tested. But maybe that will come, you know, in the next couple of months. They'll push some patches to it, maybe. I guess watch this space is the
yeah.
If we do get any extra information, obviously we'll make a video of it or post it on LinkedIn or whatever.
Okay, we are probably running out of content at this point. So
I think we are. I think we've hit the walls that we're going to not going to be able to get over in this live stream. So I think we are done.
Yeah, that's cool.
So thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for those who commented. Thank you to Carl for responding to those comments. I'm interested to know how people feel like this went. If you've seen something that you're interested in, obviously get in touch. Let us know. We'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. We can help set you up with an Odoo install that you can play with or something like that, if that's something that you're interested in.
Not on 18.3, because we will be told off for doing that. But
not on 18.3. We can't give you 18.3. We can give you an 18 instance that you can play with. Or you can head over to demo.odoo.com and you can play with the 18.3 demo site, which I think resets every hour and a half or something like that. So yeah, you can play with it over there. Although it is this basically. But yeah, get in touch if you have any questions. If you're interested in having your own Odoo instance or anything along those lines. I don't know if we will be doing more of these live streams. That remains to be discussed at this point, but we'll have to see if this leads to anything, I guess. But don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we will be doing more YouTube content, YouTube videos. We're still doing the shorts every Friday at the moment. They will continue for a while. We've got a few more of those scheduled to go out. We've got a couple of videos in mind that will be coming to the channel pretty soon. So, yeah, check those out too when they come. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I think that's it from us. So it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from everybody else.
Thank you very much, everyone. Cheers for watching.
Goodbye.